I spoke with 13-year-old Sean Howell's aunt, and she tells me she is numb. The family just can't understand how this happened. 71 shots were fired just outside this bar early this morning. You can see the chalk marks left on the ground as police tried to count up all of the shell casings. In total, 5 people were shot, and so far police say they haven't made any arrests. Now, as soon as fans found out the kid from Akron is going to be taking his talents elsewhere, of course they came just outside the queue to see the poster. A lot of people wanted to get their picture, their selfie with the poster. Parma police tell us the 41-year-old man parked in this parking lot. He walked himself into the lobby, and he told officers he wanted to turn himself in for a crime he committed. When officers came out to the man's car, they found his child unresponsive. Neighbors tell me they figured this land would be developed someday, but they're concerned that this road wouldn't be able to handle the traffic for the commercial development. That 45-year-old woman has burns all over her body. She is in critical condition. Neighbors tell me it sounded like a bomb went off. They say their home shook. They heard a loud boom. As you can see, crews are still working to clear the debris to be absolutely certain there was no one else left inside that home. Just being able to see golf's best right here in our own backyard, well, of course, everyone is going to miss that. The victim was shot right here in the city of Cleveland, but drove himself a mile away. He stopped just across the street from the city line into the city of Euclid. The postal worker managed to get the woman's keys. He went to a neighbor and asked them to call 911. Going door to door, showing the little boy's picture, hoping someone would know who he is.
I like baseball.
Julia Lieb wanted to make her boy's first Cleveland Indians game memorable, and she knocked it out of the park. 9-year-old Sasha was set up to play Deal or No Deal.
I thought I was just going to win money.
But Sasha won something even better.
Welcome Tim Lieb from his year-long deployment.
His dad, Chief Petty Officer Tim Lieb, has been in Guantanamo Bay with the Coast Guard for the past year.
I guess it was a challenging year for the boys especially. It was hard, a lot of sleepless nights.
But he surprised the boys by showing up to the tribe game.
I was like, wait, who's home? And then I looked behind me, and my dad's there.
It was Tim's game plan, and Julia couldn't even tell friends and family about the big surprise.
Well, Jonah was so scared he was hiding, so I was just hoping that Jonah wouldn't be so scared that he wouldn't hug his dad, but as soon as he saw him, he melted.
I cried a little.
So did we, Sasha. So did we.
What was the best part about the game?
Dad.
After that emotional reunion, the family only got a couple of hours together before Chief Petty Officer Lieb had to go back to his base for a couple of days. But he'll be back for good this weekend, and the boys tell me they already have plans for him.
I'm probably going to snuggle with him a lot.
Getting answers, Lacey, Crisp, Cleveland 19 News.
He kept a certain distance away for obvious reasons, but Lacey, fill us in on what you know.
Yeah, and actually they just moved us back not too long ago, about another block away from where the house actually is. If you can see down the street, the SWAT team, U.S. Marshals, Cleveland Police have all been on the scene a little over 3 hours. Now, they are looking for Tommy Griffin III. He is a former Cleveland police officer. He was arrested back in January for assaulting, kidnapping, and raping a woman. He is set to go on trial on Monday, but on Saturday, he cut his GPS ankle monitor and hasn't been seen since. Now, I spoke with his daughter yesterday. He was staying with her, and when she left for work on Saturday afternoon, she said she talked to him. He said he was going to make pierogies for dinner, so she had no clue that he was going to take off. She said his car was still in the parking lot of her apartment when she got the call saying, hey, do you know where your dad is? His GPS monitor had just been cut. Fast forward to today, about 11 o'clock, we got a call from the U.S. Marshals saying that they had a house surrounded. Potentially Griffin was inside. Now, on scene, we have been able to hear from the bullhorn police saying, you know, come out with your hands up. Can you at least come to the window, wave, let us know that you're okay? We don't know for sure that he is inside, but they do have this house surrounded, and I can tell you there are a handful of schools in this area. They have all been placed on lockdown. There are police officers at those schools. Parents have been notified to make sure that they know what is going on and that all of the students are safe at this time. But again, we have the U.S. Marshals, we have the Cleveland SWAT team surrounding this house, hopefully trying to bring out former Cleveland police officer Tommy Griffin III.
All right, we'll continue to stay on that and check in with you as well. Lacey Chris from our affiliate WOIO. Lacey, thank you.
I had no idea he would message me later last night saying he was the suspect, and police had him surrounded.
Just before 9 o'clock Monday night, I got a tip police were surrounding a house for a possible suspect from the triple murder in North Royalton. Almost an hour later, I got a message from a man who was friends with the victim, a man who I tried to meet up with for an interview earlier that day. Here is part of our exchange. George Brinkman said to me, Valley Forge Drive, Brunswick, hostage situation, please come. Cops came for me. I'm barricaded. No lies. And I told him, get out of the house, hands up. I called Brunswick police and made sure they knew Brinkman was talking to me on Facebook Messenger. They told me to continue talking to him to encourage him to go to police. I said, can you tell me what happened? And he responded, I'm being blamed for Sue and her daughter's death. I had a broken hand since Friday. How could I control 3 adults with a broken hand? He messaged me from just before 10 until 3 a.m. and was taken into custody around 5:30 a.m. I tried to get him to talk to police. I said, please continue to talk to them. Please let me know if I can do anything. George responded, just let everyone know that I would never hurt Sue or the kids. I loved them too much.
And just to be clear, when I asked him for an interview, I did not know that he was a suspect. We talked to dozens of people on Facebook like Brinkman every day for stories. Now, it was hard for me as a mom of 2 daughters when I realized I was talking to a man accused of killing a mom and her 2 daughters. It was an unnerving evening for me.
Unnerving for sure. Great job keeping your composure in all of this. So I'm fascinated. The police said to go ahead and keep communicating with him as this was all going on.
Yeah, he was responding to me. I don't know if he was responding to them, but they told me to keep encouraging him to talk to them, to try to go out of the house and leave with them so we could end peacefully. He was telling me later, like, goodbye, this is it. So I was worried how it was going to end. I was glad to hear at 5:30 in the morning that he went peacefully.
And again, at one point you told him, go out with your hands up, try to end this. Okay.
Right.
All right, very good. Lacey Chris, great job.